The Tadelakt plastering technique in wet areas is a skill set that requires practice and understanding to master. This series of tutorial videos is meant to be a broad overview of the methods used. We recommend testing and practicing all of the steps and techniques to ensure that you have an adequate understanding prior to starting a Tadelakt project. Assuming that you are starting with a framed wall, the initial substrate preparation will look exactly the same as a tile installation. There are multiple options for tile backer prep systems on the market. We chose the one we are most comfortable with for this tutorial. If using a different system, follow the manufacturer's directions exactly. No matter the system you use, all materials and processes must meet the American National Standards Institute specifications for tile. For each step in the substrate prep process, we will note the applicable specification. Over a wood-framed wall, a water-resistant tile backer board is installed. Follow the manufacturer's recommendation for installation. With this particular system, we used corrosion-resistant screws made for installing backer board. Once the backer board has been installed, all joints and corners inside and outside must be taped using alkali-resistant fiberglass mesh tape and Thinset. Tools needed for application are masking tape and a drop cloth, a 5-gallon bucket, mixing drill and paddle, hawk and 1/8 inch V-notch trowel, modified Thinset, alkali-resistant fiberglass tape. Mix a small amount of modified Thinset mortar to embed the tape. Always follow the manufacturer's directions for mixing. If there are any gaps over 1/8 inch between the boards, pre-fill with Thinset. Tape all of the flat joints using alkali-resistant mesh tape. Using a wider mesh on the outside and inside corners makes the job much easier. Here we are using a 4-inch adhesive fiberglass stucco tape. Once all of the tape has been applied, set it with a tight coat of Thinset. Make sure to make it flat. Feather the edges and take care not to create a hump or ridge at the joint. For outside corners, it is important not to create folds or wrinkles in the tape. Use the Thinset to cover the tape and create a flat, straight corner. For inside corners, apply a tight coat of Thinset to just cover the tape. Allow this coat of Thinset to dry completely. Overnight is best. When the tape coat has dried, give it a good scrape to remove any rough areas and ridges. Lightly sand the outside corners to remove any excess Thinset. Tadelakt in wet areas like showers, a waterproof membrane is mandatory. In this tutorial, we will be using a liquid-applied membrane system. Sheet-applied membrane systems can work, but must be installed perfectly with no wrinkles, voids, or air bubbles. Tools needed for application are masking tape and a drop cloth to protect the floor, a roller pan, roller and brush, personal protective equipment. Liquid-applied waterproof membrane application is messy. It will stain clothing and anything else that comes in contact with. Always use proper personal protection when working with these products. The waterproof membrane should always be applied in 2 coats with dry time in between. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations exactly for the particular membrane system that you are using. Roll on a generous coat of membrane, taking care not to leave voids or pinholes. Use a small paintbrush to cut in edges, making sure the membrane material is applied continuously. Following the instructions for your particular membrane system, allow adequate dry time between coats. The second coat of membrane is rolled on the same way as the first, taking care to achieve sufficient coverage and thickness. Allow adequate dry time for the membrane system that you are using. The Thinset Key Coat creates a durable transition between the waterproof membrane and the Limestrong Tadelakt system. The Key Coat creates a strong foundation on which to build the Tadelakt system. Tools needed for application are masking tape and a drop cloth, a 5-gallon bucket, mixing drill and paddle, a hawk and 1/8 inch V-notch trowel, modified thinset. Follow the directions for mixing and coverage based on the thinset product you are using. Mask adjacent surfaces before applying the Thinset Key Coat. Mix enough modified thinset to cover your project using a 1/8 inch V-notch trowel. Using the 1/8 inch V-notch trowel, apply a tight coat of thinset to the entire surface. Always apply the thinset horizontally for the key coat. The V-notch trowel leaves a perfectly grooved 1/8 inch thickness that serves as a guide for your first coat of Limestrong base. Once the thinset is cured, you are ready for the Limestrong base coat. Follow the recommended curing and drying time for the thinset product you are using.